everyone, my name is Joy Wang, and this is my speech, The Strength in Stumbling. Have you ever wondered what separates those successful individuals and those who aren't? It isn't talent, luck, brains, etc., but the simple act of not giving up. Think of some famous people in history. J.K. Rowling was rejected by numerous publishers before the Harry Potter series became a best-selling series worldwide. Or Jiang Yiming, who was mocked due to his silly short video app, which later became a billion-user empire. TikTok. I would also like to share my experience where I learned firsthand the importance of perseverance, and I will also provide research and examples of other people who refuse to give up, demonstrating that resilience is often the key to greatness. In a world where my generation is known for short attention spans and instant answers, refusing to give up is harder than ever. But as I've learned, it's also more important than ever. Let me share my story. Last year, I participated in my first ever English speech contest. I was excited but nervous, having never done anything like it before. For weeks, I prepared, drafting, researching, memorizing, and practicing in front of the mirror. I tried to aim for the top 3, but on the day of the competition, I was really nervous, and I feel like I could be more open and relaxed during the speech. Although I did manage to get into the top 10, I wasn't really satisfied, and most of all, I was really disappointed for not achieving my goal. When the same competition opened for sign-up at the start of this year, I was torn for weeks whether to give up or try again. But deep down, I knew I couldn't let one failure stop me. So I signed up. I had to prepare for an entirely different speech, research even more extensively, edit dozens of times, and memorize each and every word. The process was exhausting, and my doubts haunted me. Will I do better? Will I repeat my mistakes? Will I face stricter judges this year? I doubted myself countless times, and the pressure was so overwhelming, it almost made me quit multiple times. But I kept pushing forward. On the day of the competition, I was focused on giving my best. And this year, I ended up as the first runner-up. After this, I realized that if I had given up after the first try, I'd have missed this amazing achievement. And this experience taught me that failure is not an end, but a step towards growth, and persistence can turn setbacks into stepping stones. I realized that this wasn't an issue simply for me when I started reading about perseverance. Everyone is affected by this problem. Research has shown that around 80% of people give up their New Year's resolution by February, and only 8% of people actually stick to them for the entire year. Why? Our brains are wired to seek immediate gratification, and if we don't receive instant feedback, we lose our drive. If you start going to the gym and you don't see instant change, your brain will go, "What's the point?" and convince you to quit. A second reason why individuals give up is that they maybe set goals that are too big or vague for themselves, such as "I have to get fit" instead of "I will walk 20 minutes daily." A research at the University of Scranton shows that having small specific goals, such as SMART goals, can make it more probable for us to stay on task. SMART goals are goals that are S, specific, M, measurable, A, achievable, R, relevant, and T, time-bound. In fact, for the second competition, I set myself multiple SMART goals. One was about practicing my speech. It was I had to practice my speech 2 to 3 times every day until the day of the competition. It's specific. I'll have the videos for comparison and to check for places of improvement. It's measurable, 2 to 3 times every day. It's achievable. Practicing my speech can help me deliver my speech better, contributing to the bigger goal. It's relevant. And practicing until the day of the competition. It's time-bound. Another helpful trick that can help you stay on task is habit stacking, where you add small new habits onto the things you already do daily. For example, if you want to perform a full morning routine, you want to read more, exercise daily, and create a to-do list every morning for every day. If you try to do all of this at once, it may be challenging. Something you can try is to slowly stack them up. For example, for the first period of time, focus on performing a full morning routine. After you're used to doing that, stack another habit on top of it. Maybe read 10 pages after you're done with your morning routine. After you're used to doing that, add another habit. Maybe do 50 sit ups after you're done with your morning routine. After you're used to doing that, add creating a to do list. You get what I mean. These small steps add up in the long term and keeps you motivated. But why? Let's go back to the researchers. Our brain releases a substance known as dopamine when we achieve something, which makes us feel good. And if we don't break our bigger objective into smaller tasks, we don't get that dopamine boost, which makes us more likely to give up. So maybe instead of having big resolutions, break them down into small, accomplishable tasks. This is why the stories of J.K. Rowling and Zhang Yiming are so inspiring. J.K. Rowling faced numerous rejections and personal struggles before she became one of the best-selling authors in history. She was a single mother on welfare when she submitted her manuscript to 12 different publishers, all of whom rejected it. But she never gave up, believing that her story was good and it could reach the heart of the readers. And finally, a small publisher took a chance on her, and the Harry Potter series has gone on to sell over 400 million copies worldwide. Zhang Yiming, the founder of TikTok, failed many times before creating one of the world's most popular apps. His first 3 startups didn't succeed. One was a real estate app that almost no one used. And people doubted his ideas, saying that short videos were just a silly trend. But instead of giving up, he focused on improving his app and listening to the advices of his users. And finally, his persistence paid off. TikTok grew faster than any other app, reaching about 1 billion users in just 4 years. They both didn't receive instant results, and yet they kept pushing forward, focusing on their smaller tasks and their bigger why. They both serve to illustrate that not failing or having instant results is not the key to success. Perseverance is, even when it's hard. In conclusion, achieving success is not about avoiding failure or having instant gratification. It's about not giving up. As we've seen from the famous stories of J.K. Rowling and Zhang Yiming, and the personal experience I've shared about myself, we can see that success is the reward of those who never give up, however many times they fail. Even if your goal isn't to compete in a speech competition, you can still apply these ideas to any aspect of your life. Just keep in mind that every tiny step is significant and every new attempt brings you closer to your aspirations. And if you shift your perspective, you can see that success is not only the result, but also a journey. And every little achievement validates your continuous effort and personal growth. Let's end with this statement. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts. Thank you.